There were so many heartbreaking stories of family members telling us about loved ones they say were mistreated and abused at the Heritage Village Assisted Living Center in Mesa. All of the Arizona family reports in 2023 and 2024 helped expose deep-rooted issues at the facility that led to a state investigation, a lawsuit, and eventual sale of the business.
That was a very hard time for me.
Renee Karras claims her mother Carol was among the residents at Heritage Village who were badly mistreated. In one incident, Carol was reportedly attacked by another patient.
You expect, with all the money that they get, that she would be taken care of properly. She wasn't. She wasn't taken care of.
Just last month, Arizona Attorney General Kris Mayes announced that a settlement had been reached with the owners of Heritage Village. The California company and their businesses could no longer provide health care services to vulnerable adults in Arizona, and they'll be forced to pay a $100,000 fine.
They can't work in the state of Arizona, but they're working in other states.
Karras thinks Heritage Village got off easy and believes there needs to be more accountability.
But the people that were running that facility knew exactly what they were doing. The person that was running that, the director at that time, she's working at another facility right now.
Arizona's family reached out to the AG's office and were told they understand the frustration some family members are feeling, but their priority all along was protecting the residents of Heritage Village and making sure similar issues don't pop up at other long-term care centers. The AG provided us a statement that reads in part, "In the Heritage Village case alone, we seized control of the facility, replaced its management, forced the sale to responsible ownership, and removed the prior owners from operating 2 other Arizona facilities."
That's something that we really fought for.
Dana Kennedy is state director of AARP Arizona. She says the Heritage Village case led to important legislation last year that will better protect Arizona's vulnerable adults. Among the changes, stiffer penalties on care facilities. Fines increase from $500 a day to $1,000 a day per resident per infraction. Increased training for memory care. Hiring restrictions for caregivers accused of abuse or neglect, and more oversight.
One important thing is it closed the licensing loopholes, so it prevents bad actors from evading oversight, and it doesn't allow DHS to or they can't just transfer their license to another person. So it actually holds them accountable.
Now, despite the situation and the state settlement with Heritage Village, the case remains active against several other defendants, but I'm told it's highly unlikely that victims' families will get any money in the civil cases they have filed. As for the former manager of Heritage Village, I'm told she is able to work in the industry in another capacity, but her license has been revoked, and she will never again be able to manage a long-term care center. Back to you guys.